it wasn't an exception. Like, he needs space more than anything, and so I didn't want to like even attempt to talk to him if he did call, because it's like I literally feel like it's my voice or my actual presence that bothers him. So yeah, anyways, I kept my phone on silent. So in the morning, like, I woke up to a text message, something about like, can I come in to take a shower? And then I heard Jacob barking. So I open the door and I look outside and Vaughn's there. So he comes in, gets ready for his appointment. And because he had an appointment that day, I don't know how, or if he just like all of a sudden tried to start a process getting reevaluated for his VA check. Which I really think that's what he was doing and why he set up an appointment, but he had a physical. And so anyways, whenever he was here, it was just so awkward and weird and bad. It was just like, it was bad. So but there was no fighting. It was just really awkward and weird. But then I had asked him like if he can help me like with a printer, because I ran out of shipping labels and there was just a whole mess. Like this has been one of the worst weeks in my life, for real. And like it's crazy the amount of problems that I've been having with the printer and whatever else. Like, first I ran out of shipping labels, and then, I couldn't get the printer to work and needed new ink. And then he was I didn't know it needed new ink. He was trying to help me and set it up and whatever, and it print off like one shipping label and then whatever, it didn't work. Anyways, I was just like, no, it's totally okay. Once we figured we needed new ink, and I told him like not to even bother, it's okay, because I knew he had his appointment and I didn't want to stress him out with like going to the store or whatever. So then he goes to his appointment and then comes back and wants to pull me into the room to talk to me. And he was just like, usually when he's stressed, he's very soft-spoken and quiet, like damn near whispering. And this time he was just super, like, not super loud, but just almost as if he was excited talking about his doctor's appointment. And what he had discussed was like, hey, oh yeah, because he came home and he was determined that he was going to go check himself into the hospital. Like, that's what he was going to do. So whenever he went to the appointment, he told me he had talked about like going to the psych ward because my wife says that I probably have PTSD, blah, blah, blah. And basically what he said is that the doctor laughed. Like, there was no way. The patients that were out in the hallway definitely have PTSD. And, this guy that just walked out, like, this is how he acts and this is the sign, whatever. Like, first of all, HIPAA violation, hello. And number two, laughing at my expense. Like, that's not funny at all. And then Vaughn, or he asked Vaughn, like, have you been through trauma, whatever? He was like, no, like, I lived a pretty good childhood. Like, even though I wasn't raised by my mom, like, it was good because I was with my grandparents and there was nothing bad or traumatic. And then the doctor was like, oh, well, has your wife been through some trauma? It was like, oh yeah, quite a bit. Like, all her life she's been through traumatic events. And then he was like, oh, well, then she's the one that needs to come and see the psychiatrist. And I'm like, what? Like, whenever Vaughn said it, it was almost as if he had some type of inner peace and excitement because that was being said. And I'm like, oh, F no, like, hell no. Like, that pissed me off because Vaughn, he keeps throwing all of this in my face and having some type of excitement about it, like, really bothered me. He says, I think you should come with me to my next appointment. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, definitely. But I'm going to let you know, like, I have recordings of our arguments and I'm going to show them. And definitely should not have said that. But I was mad, seriously, because he's trying to make it seem like I'm the crazy one. He's been saying that. He literally even gave me an ultimatum through text messages that if I don't get help, then he's out. And I'm like, what the F, dude? Like, me get help? Like, throwing stuff that I've been through in the past? Like, are you kidding me? That I'm not dealing or triggered from my past. I've dealt with those demons. There might be a time where I deal with them again because I'm being triggered back to them. If anything, because I've been through traumatic experiences, what he's doing makes it 100 times worse. Well, that started a whole argument, and he was very upset and like definitely just threw a whole grown ass man fit. Like it was bad. Then he was like, see, no, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not dealing with it. Like I'm out. So he starts packing his bags and packing everything because he's ready to leave. Like he even packs the TV. Like, and at this point, until now, I've never argued back with him. It was more like a plea, like, no, this is not what I mean. No, this is not what I feel. Like, always trying to, like, almost convince him of what I mean or say or whatever it may be. Like, because he has everything so wrong about me, almost as if he's purposely choosing to see or misconstrue what I'm saying, like, on purpose. That day, I was mad and I was pissed and I was sad because he does this and he's so outspoken in front of the kids and no regard for how this is going to affect them whatsoever. So I was so freaking mad. I was like, Vaughn, like, why are you leaving again? Like, seriously? Like, you don't have to leave. You can stay in the piano room because I told him, like, I'm moving the cubbies back into the den so that we can have, you know, our living room back, because now that we have this whole cubby situation and comments sold down packed, like, being back in the den, it's going to fit us. Like, we are so much more organized than whenever we were in the den prior, which that was chaos and whatever. But this time we're organized. I know that we will fit in there. And I feel like not having our business in front of our faces is going to help. So I told him, like, you could sleep in the piano room. Like, you can take my bed. Like, I will get out of my room. Like, you don't have to leave. He was just like, so, oh no, like, you don't want me here, you this and that, like, screaming. Like, it was, oh my gosh, it was bad. And I was telling him, like, I was yelling too. And throughout all of this, I talk loud because I'm passionate, but not yelling. This time I was yelling because I was so mad. And I was even yelling at him like, dude, I love you. Like, I don't want you to leave. Because he, that morning, was asking for like $2,000. What was it then? I don't remember. He was asking for like $2,000 the day before. I don't know. But $2,000 to get his, you know, hotel or whatever. And I'm like, 4 to 5 days in a hotel. Like, some people don't make that money in a month. So to ask for that amount of money is just so beyond me. Anyways, like, it was bad. And Bella ended up recording because she thought he was going to hit me. And she was very afraid. So she grabbed her phone and she started to record, dude. And apparently, from what she told me after, Raza even hid under the table because it was just that bad. Like, it was such a bad argument. Then he goes, like, walks out, leaves. And I shut the door and I am just like bawling my eyes out, like crying so hard because it's so exhausting, day in, day out, like him isolating himself and making it seem like I'm the one that's lost my mind and I'm this and that, whatever. It's so exhausting. And like, I don't want him to leave. Like, he's my husband. I want him here. It's just, I don't want him to isolate himself, but I'd rather him be here than gone. But anyways, he leaves, and then we were convinced that he wasn't coming back. Like, I went live for Crafts with Cray. We had like this mukbang or whatever. Like, the supporters ended up like chipping in, everyone, because they wanted to treat us for dinner. And I was like, what? Like, dude, you don't have to. Like, I don't ever talk about money or whatever it may be. But she was like, I want to buy you dinner. One person was like, I want to buy you dinner or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, dude, like, you do not have to do that. Like, we are okay. You know, I can just order food or whatever. And she was like, no, I know I don't have to, but like, please allow me to treat your family. So I told her my PayPal email, and then several other people were sending money, like $20, $30. It was just crazy because, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to cry, but I just don't understand how people are so, I don't, anyways, I ended up ordering food and we went live to have this mukbang. um while we're live, like we're live for a little bit, I leave the live to go poop, and I told him that, and then throughout this, Boo comes into the bathroom and she was like, mommy, daddy's here, like I can hear him outside. And I'm like, what? And she was like, yes. I was like, okay baby, just like go and get Raza, come into my room, like I will be out. So I quickly get off the toilet, go into the live, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna have to let you guys go now, blah blah blah. After I ended the live, I told Bella, hey, can you go into my room and just stay in there? Because she didn't know that he was here, only Oasis and Raza did. So they come into my room and I go outside and I was like, Vaughn, what are you doing here? And he was like, I don't have anywhere to go. And I'm like, Vaughn, I told you you could come here. Like, I don't understand, like this back and forth and putting on this whole scene, like really scared me. You scared the kids. I was trying to tell you, like, you could stay here, it doesn't have to be like this, etc., etc. And he was like, you don't want me here, blah blah blah, I'm just gonna sleep in the shed. I found a spot in the shed and I'm gonna organize it and I'm gonna be there. And I'm just like, what the fluff? Like, how creepy is that my husband puts on these whole irrational arguments and screaming matches and then wants to sleep outside in the freaking den? Like, he literally has lost his mind. Like, this is the type of stuff like I'm talking about. This is scary AF, dude. So then anyways, I told him, like, dude, no, you cannot be here. Like, at this point, we are so scared and this was so extreme for us. Like, I don't want you in the shed. I don't even want you in the house. Like, you have to go. Like, this cannot continue at all. He was like, I don't know where to go. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, so anyways, he had messaged me prior as to why my car was in the driveway, which what he meant was because whenever I went live for a training in the consultant group, I was talking about the situation. And so I needed help with keeping Raza quiet. So, you know, our very long driveway, I backed up the car to like the very entrance of our driveway, so that number one, I can have my lights on and it's going to light up our driveway. And that way the kids can be outside with Congo and Jacob so that they're protected. I didn't let them go past a certain line, and then I didn't want cars to pull up into our driveway, so I put it right there. But it was still there, like after my, you know, training group, I didn't remove it or like bring it back in. So then after I'm talking to him, like, and I told him, because he refused to leave. So I said, Vaughn, okay, listen, if you go in that house, you have to promise me. You have to promise me, and not even me. Promise the kids, and don't even say it verbally, in your head. You have to promise that you are not going to leave again, because this instability and irregularity, like, and the screaming matches and us thinking you're leaving, like, that is a lot for me and a lot for them. And so he just like threw his head back and stayed looking up. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh. So while I walked away to go and bring the car in, he freaking walks in the house. Like, I wasn't ready for him to come in the house. We weren't even done talking. Like, I was just going to move the car back in, and I had told him that I was going to do it. So I didn't just walk away out of nowhere. I told him, like, I'm going to go bring my car in right now or whatever. So then he took advantage to walk inside. And so I was halfway down the driveway. So when I realized he went inside, I hurried up, turned around, ran into the house, because I'm like, oh shoot, like, this is not okay. And Bella looked like she had seen a ghost. Like, Bella was not in the room. Her face was just so complete. Like, she looked shocked. It was bad. And so then I walk in and I see her and I was like, baby, it's okay. Like, just go to the room. Like, I promise it's going to be okay. So then I'm trying to plead with him to like go, leave, whatever. Long story short, I offered to get him a hotel. And I told him, like, dude, I will just pay for you to get a hotel. And he was like, okay, good. That's what I've been wanting all along. And it's just like, man, don't play me. Like, I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm just thinking, like, really? No, he wanted $2,000 for a hotel. Like, hell no. Number one, that's effing crazy. And I feel like he's just wanting to put it in his, you know, his backup account or whatever. So I felt like this was ridiculous. I told him like I will get him a hotel. I told him, I said, Vaughn, and if you come back here, I am going to call the cops on you, because I told him I'll get him a hotel up until Monday, his appointment. I told him I will call the cops on you, Vaughn. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not coming back. And I was like, okay, Vaughn, but I really need you to understand that, like, if you come back, I'm also going to get a restraining order against you, and you are no longer going to be around me, and you're no longer going to be able to see the kids anymore. Like, I need you to understand that this is very serious. So then he was just like, yeah, no, I'm not coming back. Like, attitude. He was like, sure. Like, almost as attitude, but almost careless, right? I'm in the house packing up some food so that he has food that he can eat while he's over there. I'm getting oatmeal. I'm getting like granola. I'm getting different things so that he can, you know, eat snacks. Oh, so then I'm looking for my phone. I couldn't find it in the house. I finally pick it up and I notice he had text, never mind, I'm taking my computer. I don't know what that means. Part of me felt like, is he writing the wrong person? Like, I don't understand why he said never mind. Like, I was thoroughly confused, but I totally understood he's taking his computer, and like, that pissed me off. There was just like no way he can take his computer. Like, that's hell no. Like, dude, I need to get these packages out. This was on a Thursday, because because on Tuesday when I ran out of shipping labels, I immediately ordered some on Amazon, and I couldn't get like overnight shipping or whatever. So they came on Thursday, and this was Thursday, and I needed to, that night, I was going to finish with the packages, but everything is connected to his computer. And I was like, Vaughn, you cannot take your computer. Like, I need it to be able to finish these packages. Like, people are waiting on their order. Oh, I'm going to take it. Like, hell no. Like, you're not going to have my computer. You told me to pack up everything that I need, or pack up all of my stuff. And I was like, no, I told you to pack up everything that you need. And like, this is for business. Like, I'm not even wanting your computer for myself. Like, this is literally because people paid money to get this jewelry, and I need to get it to them. Call 911, and I was like, listen, like, my husband, he's having another outburst. This is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I told him, like, I need you guys to come here. Like, he's scaring me. He's scaring my kids. This has been going on. So finally, police come, and at this point, he's already taken his computer, put everything in the truck, and they're talking to him. And like, the police this time were not like the ones last time. They did not care that whatever was going on, because, you know, he owns this house, so they can't legally tell him to leave. They also can't tell him to leave his computer. Like, nothing at all. Like, literally. So, and because he didn't put his hands on me, they're not going to do anything. But like, the officers last time, they were talking about, you know, disorderly conduct, and someone would go to jail for that. So I was thinking, like, I need him to be arrested, like, at this point. Spending more money on this dude, which now that he knows about the account, like, he is spending money like crazy. You know, $50 at Walmart here, $50 at Walmart there. Like,